Did you know that 1688 did a soft launch of an international version? And no, it is not Alibaba. If you have ever wondered if you can get better deals or more convenient services on the international version of 1688, wouldn't you want to know? Well, in this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly the differences between the international version of 1688 and the domestic version to include shipping methods, payment methods, and how user-friendly it is. If you like hearing about sourcing tips from China for your business to better your profits, don't forget to give us a subscribe button and give us a thumbs up as well. Now let's get into it. For those that may not know, 1688 has the domestic version, and you know you're in the right spot if it's all in Chinese, but they also have a world version. And I wouldn't really call this a world version per se, but here you can see the overview of the platform, and it's still in Chinese. The pricing can be changed to different currencies. So let's say I want to ship the product to Hong Kong, I can use Hong Kong dollar, or if I want to ship the product to Taiwan, then I use the Taiwan currency. But if I had to say the main differences between the two, it's not the pricing, it's the location where they're shipped to. So here, if I want to make an account, I can just register, and you just provide an email or phone number and register. It's quite easy. It's not like the domestic version of 1688. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. Simple as that to log in. So now I'm on the website. Unlike the domestic version of 1688, instead of going through all the headache of using Google Translate to translate, you can simply go to the top right corner right here, select which place you're going to ship to. So in this case, it's only Hong Kong and Taiwan. If you select mainland China, it's just going to take you to the regular 1688. But in this case, to make it easier, we're going to select Hong Kong. Here's where it's helpful. It tells you can do in English, you can do in simplified Chinese or traditional Chinese, and then the currency. So that's a key point there, the currency. Right now you can see it's in Hong Kong dollars, and if you do the 1688 on Chinese platform, everything is in Chinese yuan. That is the basic overview about the UI differences. They have English here, and they can ship to places like Taiwan and Hong Kong directly. But that doesn't mean it's 100% complete. 1688 doesn't really publicize much about this, so it took me a while to figure this out. Actually, someone reached out to me and told me about it. Not even the staff at 1688 told us about it. It's kind of like a soft launch. I think they're doing it for a reason, because they have Alibaba to do most of its heavy lifting, which is overseas transportation as well and shipping. As far as shipping goes, this platform can ship directly to Taiwan or Hong Kong addresses, unlike the domestic version can only ship to mainland China. There's no way to ship it overseas without a freight forwarder. But here, at least you can ship to Hong Kong and Taiwan. So if you have a freight forwarder in either of those locations, then you can go ahead and ship it to the final destination. And it's already gone through that customs clearance that you may be used to in mainland China. But now let's talk about, other than shipping, let's talk about the communication differences with the suppliers. So if I were to go to 1688, and let's say I like this purse and I want to chat with a supplier. Notice I'm already logged in to 1688, but you can just hit this little blue button right here. I call him the little blue guy. You can just click there and log it in. And then I can say whatever I need in the chat. Note that you're going to have to change this to Chinese. So you can use like Google Translate third-party software to do so, but you get the point. So that's how you talk directly to them. You'll send them the message. It's like you're an instant messenger. You send them a message, they'll go ahead and respond to you. That's for the domestic version. Unfortunately, for the world version, let's say I want this keyboard, right? They don't really share the supplier information here. So here you can see they have merchants. They don't give you details, and I tried looking for them. No, it looks like they keep that hidden. I don't know why. I'll teach you how you can find a supplier in just a second. But the biggest turnoff for me was if I need to contact them, like this specific supplier, I go to contact customer service, and all it does is say, or please email this email address. Now, from my opinion, if they want actual traffic here, this specific email address looks like maybe it's a general one, but can you imagine the services to that one email address for all the suppliers? Like there's thousands of suppliers in China. That's a big no-go for me. For communication with direct suppliers, you can see there's like nothing there. But I think you can at least write the email in English and then wait like a couple days for a response. Whereas in 1688, you can definitely get faster responses. Let's talk about payment methods now that we talked about communication methods. So on 1688, you can pay only one of two methods. So let's say I want to get this dress, right? Then I'm going to go to the payment. Okay, here, it depends on the supplier. Sometimes they accept Alipay as a payment, and sometimes they accept direct bank transfer. It depends on your account and the account status of the supplier. Now note that this Alipay does accept Alipay Tour card, but it does not accept Visa, MasterCard. It must be a Chinese mainland Union Pay card in Chinese mainland. No way around it. It must be in Chinese yuan with tour card or with a Chinese bank account. And that's it. So that is for 1688. Now the world version of 168, let's say I want to buy 2 of these on the world version of 1688. So in mainland China, it will send it to a transit warehouse in mainland China. And then from the transit warehouse, it will send it to your address in Hong Kong, which is the bad thing. It doesn't ship it overseas like an Alibaba would, or if you do with the freight forwarder. So honestly, it's like no different than 168. It doesn't really provide the service. So I would then continue to submit the order. So unlike 1688, the domestic version, there's a method to accept Visa, MasterCard in the payment. I haven't actually tested it if it worked, and there was no option for bank transfer. So if you have like a big order, there's no option for a bank transfer, but at least Visa, MasterCard works. Now that's for the payment method differences. The last thing I'm going to do is compare the pricing. If you can pay in Visa, MasterCard, how does that affect the pricing? So I'm going to get this random product here. I'm going to try and find the same equivalent on 1688, the domestic version. Okay, so on the home page, I'm going to look for the same keyboard. Now I probably won't be able to find the exact same supplier, but I just want to get a reference. So let's see what it gets me. Okay, now it's doing the search. Here it says 120 Hong Kong dollars. Ooh. Okay, this looks like it's the same one because it has the logo Mofi on it. Okay, this one says 108 Chinese yuan. Actually, that might be pretty close to the Hong Kong dollars now that I think about it. Let me see. Okay, so here in Baidu, I mean, maybe a little different somewhere else, is 109 Chinese yuan is 117 Hong Kong dollars, which is pretty close. This doesn't include shipping to the warehouse. I'm not sure there's going to be any hidden costs. I don't know about that, but it's pretty close, and you can pay with a foreign bank card, but you just need to have your freight forwarder in Hong Kong or Taiwan if you're going to send it to those places. So one thing to note here is that you can definitely negotiate the pricing. So yeah, even though it says 109 Chinese yuan, I'm sure if you buy more, you can knock down the price for that, which affects your bottom line. So here, it doesn't look like there's a structured payment system. As in, if I buy, let's say if I buy 10, will it lower the price? No. Okay, so that's another thing. So for the pricing, at least for the MOQ seems to be the same. So here you can see MOQ is just one, just as I showed you for the store. That I think this is the store that actually owns this product in the mainland version, but you can't get the discounted pricing if you buy in bulk, which is the point of using 168 in the first place, is to be able to buy in bulk. So with the pricing, I would still say, especially when it comes to larger quantities and you find a supplier that suits your needs, that 1688, the domestic version, still wins. But as far as the payment methods, seems like the world version may be a little bit more flexible. So if I had to say the main key differences between both platforms is that the world version does have it in English if you have that option, and you can pay in different currencies like Hong Kong dollars, and also pay using your foreign bank card, your Visa or MasterCard. Although I haven't tested it, my gut says that it will work. However, it only does shipping to an address in Hong Kong or in Taiwan, whereas 1688, the domestic version, only does shipping to an address in mainland China. So those are big differences, and overall the signing up is a lot easier on World because you just need an email or a phone number to do a one-time password. You're good to go. Whereas on 1688, the domestic version, you need an Alipay account. You need to make sure your Alipay account is funded with Chinese yuan, that you have a Chinese bank account, or that you have Alipay tour card with limitations activated. And lastly, the pricing is still better on the domestic version, as my gut feeling is going to say, for 1688, because you can buy in bulk, you can negotiate the pricing with the supplier, unlike the world version. And you can't communicate directly with the supplier. So if you need to quickly get an order done and say, hey, I need you to change the price in the back-end system, it doesn't seem like you can do that on the global version or the world version, especially when you have to wait for email traffic going back and forth. That's just not efficient at all. So based on that, you can select which platform best suits your needs. Again, don't forget to subscribe for this channel if you like seeing more tips about sourcing from China for your business so that you can improve your bottom line. And if you don't want to deal with any of the Alipay or talking to suppliers directly on 1688 and need assistance in buying directly from 1688, you can consider using this platform, Borderless Commerce, so that you can buy directly from the supplier without needing Alipay, without needing a passport, without needing to know any Chinese. Even if you negotiated the price, you can put there the negotiated price on the platform, and I'll go according to that negotiated price. If you want to know further exactly how to use this platform that's connected to not only 1688 but also Taobao, Pinduoduo, and to other platforms like Xianyu, which is idle fish, you can watch this video right here.